I mean, it's fun to win. You know what I mean? It's hard to do, and it's fun to win. So it's the last time we're going to see those guys in a while, and so to end that series with a victory feels really good. And I'm really proud of our guys. Going back 2 weeks ago, after the Louisiana win, just didn't feel as though we were ourselves, right? And you can't win a MAC football game without, you're never going to be perfect, but being who you are. And last week our guys bounced back and responded, and lost by a point, which is on me. But our guys were together and fought and played better. We keep getting a little bit better, and losing's hard though. Even when you're getting better. I mean, it's just these guys put so much into it, and all of the outside noise is, no matter how poorly you may have played, if you win, everything's okay, and if you lose, it's the end of the world. And so it's hard to deal with all that. And our guys, this week, wasn't easy. But we battled and came out here today, and back at home for our first MAC game and the third one of the conference season. And defense, which wasn't tackling well, early on and whatnot. We just kept saying we're going to keep getting better as a football team. Our defense really came through. Had the 2 interceptions, 1 counted, and it sure mattered. And so just really proud. It's a great locker room. Yeah, love my team. Yeah, I mean, every game is its own, puzzle. You obviously learn, and there's situations that reoccur. Would have liked to have gotten a first down, right, offensively. And we went outside. We did an RPO with 3 different options, and this an outside run option, but weren't able to get the first down, and wanted to pin them down deep again, and the ball ended up going to the end zone, and so our defense had to go back out there and play. They got it done. Yeah, and we asked him obviously to be big in the run game. He's another person who is getting better every week. He came to us from a California junior college, didn't get here till June. And he tells a story that, right, when they were doing passing game work, he'd go with the wide receivers, and when he was going with the run game work, he's going with the offensive line. And so this is new to him. And he's just picking it up, and he's a stud. Awesome guy. And he's just, he's really playing well. Right. So that was technically like a scramble, right? That the touchdown was a scramble. And so we have scramble rules. And so, cause you never know which way the quarterback's going to scramble. You don't know. We can't tell you what route. You could be running any route in the route tree. You could be to the play side or the back side. You could be deep. You could be short. So we have rules in scramble, and those guys followed them, and they probably did lock eyes. I mean, I have to see the film, and he put it right where he needed to. And Josh is tough to defend. We'll take 3.5. You know what I mean? Against a team that's just committed to running the football, we'll take 3.5 yards a carry, and but we can't get that. Can't have that explosive. And they had a couple backs that were running pretty hard. They did. It wasn't. They all count as missed tackles, but a lot of it was their effort, just physically. You know what I mean? Yeah. Pushing through it. It wasn't this and guys diving and missing. Yeah. Right. So it was just it was different in that way, but it's still a missed tackle. We got to get we want to be perfect on those, but minus the monster explosive. Thought those guys did pretty darn good. Yeah, that's our guys have high character, and so. But sometimes, you have to learn, like, how are you supposed to respond when you put, seemingly your whole life into something and it doesn't go your way. I mean, it's deflating at the end of the Texas game when, it got to a point where we weren't going to be able to win the game, right? Mm-hmm. And it's first game of the year. And, it's not okay, right? Not to, hey, you don't hang heads, or anything like that. We had a couple tough stretches. And so, the resiliency, I just think that's the character of our players, and the relationships that they have with each other and with our staff. And, it's hard when things, aren't going your way.
So we kept on getting this NIPS formation, NIPSes, where there's three receivers strong to the field and a tight end to the boundary attached to the box. And Coach Omley was telling, because they've been running it all game, so Coach Omley was telling me to cheat myself over towards the strength of the formation where the receivers are. And then the quarterback all game pretty much wasn't looking off, so I was just kind of trusting my instincts and broke that way. And as I was breaking, I looked back up. Here's the ball. I gotta go get it. And I went and got it. And I tried to score. I needed a few more blocks, but those fat people came and jumped on me, dog. My back is hurting. I'm gonna go to the ice tub right after this. Yeah, we good.
You're all right.
That's pretty much the emphasis every week because I mean, majority of the teams in the MAC want to start off running the ball. So really, pretty much everybody from corners, safeties, D line, linebackers, we all have to have that mentality at like some point we're gonna have to stick our nose in there and make a play. And stop the run. So that's just kind of a mentality for everybody in the back end, and then everybody on defense, all 11 on the field, pretty much. I think it was more so being more situationally aware as a unit in whole, as a unit together. Just kind of knowing the down and distance and knowing what they need to, what the situation is. 6 points, they need to get a touchdown. About a minute left, so they're going to take vertical shots. So just being aware and talking through all that stuff with the D line in the back end as well. I mean, we're all playing on one page, and then that's why we came out on top. Yeah, no, I don't think it's never any nerves because we're prepared for it. So it's just what we're anticipating, and as long as we're out there talking together and we know that we're not out there by ourselves just doing our own thing, there's never any nerves. Everybody kind of does their own thing and flies around, and we play as a unit, so it doesn't really affect if they are all the way backed up or if they're on the goal line. We gonna still play the same way. Oh yeah, yeah. When that ball hit the floor, I was like, "Whew, thank God!" Because at this moment I'm tired as hell. But like Coach Omni keeps on telling us, take a deep breath, few more plays left, so I was ready for it. And then Damiel Rogers, true freshman, playing his tail off, doing great as well. Was able to defend that guy and make sure he didn't catch the ball, got off the field. And then Coach Creighton loves to call the knee the prettiest play in football. So once we saw that on the billboard, we were all joy and laughter and all the things.